Hey everybody, remember to read my disclaimer, and remember that even though this was just a little quickie, my Patreon supporters still got to see the completed results first. So the link to my Patreon is right below. Hello my friends, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with some more experimentation with my 3D printer. I wanted to see if I would be able to make a part or accessory for a figure without having to do any hand sculpting to maybe save some time, and I decided to start with the soap shoes. This is because putting soap shoes on a Sonic figure is a pretty common commission request, and it has actually made it to my top 10 list in the annual reviews, because as I recall, one time it actually managed to beat out Infinite. So yes, remember, I lost to a pair of shoes! So thankfully, the soap shoes are a selectable costume element in Sonic Forces, meaning that there is an updated 3D model for them. Once again, I want to thank Corey SonicFan22 for providing me with this model. It is just straight up ripped from the game as far as I'm aware, and he did also have the models for the original Sonic Adventure 2 shoes, but they had no texture on them. They were literally just the shoes outline, so they didn't have any raised patches on them to give them any of a 3D look, because, you know, it was 2001. 3D models back then were much simpler. By the way, I want to apologize for that noise in the background. I'm recording this on the 4th of July, so people are setting off fireworks all over the place. Now, normally, I would use a pair of Shadow shoes and sculpt around them to make them into Sonic shoes, because Shadow shoes are also a type of soap shoe. But thanks to the 3D printer, I can just outright make Sonic shoes directly. And they even have a nice little divot in the top, so where the legs are supposed to go in. That's convenient. I wonder if Corey modified them to be that way, or if that's just how their model is for the game. Guess I should have asked him that before I recorded this. Anyway, once the shoes are printed out, and I did a lot of sanding, and I used a little bit of fire to melt away the strings that stick out of it, I ended up with a clean shoe that I could then paint. The painting is surprisingly quite difficult, because at this scale, the texture of the shoe is very subtle, and it's hard to follow along the lines that you're supposed to make. And yes, the details are very, very tiny. But because I've been doing this for a long time, I'm able to get all those tiny shapes into place and make a presentable looking shoe. Once that was done, I just had to drill holes through those socks so that I would be able to stick the pegs from Sonic's legs into them. And I did indeed have one spare Sonic figure left over. I'm planning on customizing this one, so, you know, that's the fate of this final Sonic figure that I have. That isn't part of my action figure collection, I should specify. And just to show what Sonic looks like now wearing these soap shoes. I think I have to drill the hole a tiny bit deeper, but I think it still works, don't you think? So that is Sonic wearing the soap shoes. That's a pretty basic little thing. I mean, I always say the same thing whenever somebody commissions me to make the soap shoes, because, you know, the Sonic figure remains pretty much unmodified. I just made new shoes for him. But yep, that's the soap shoe thing. So this is actually kind of cool. I know there's actually a lot of other shoes that I could probably just 3D print out instead of having to customize or find specialized parts. So that's a good thing for future reference. But I hope you liked this little video, and stay tuned for more substantial customs coming up quite soon.